Hi there, you're watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. This is the Sacramento Report, and I'm Jaime Garza, joined today by Assemblyman Ted Lieu. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
We want to talk about a subject that I know has been plaguing the Los Angeles area for many, many years, and that's overcrowded emergency rooms. And we're talking about life and death situations here. How do we address the situation, or set the stage, first of all, of how big a problem this is?
Sure, it is a huge crisis. California, not just LA, but entire state, we are dead last in the nation in terms of ER capacity to people. So for every million people, we have one emergency room, and that's a problem because that means increased delays when these emergency rooms are overcrowded. And to me, the ER room is really the great equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're a CEO in Malibu or a homeless person on the street. If you need emergency room care and you're being diverted, your chances of death just increased. And
diversion is an increasing problem. For people who may not understand that, you may get to have a hospital within a mile of your home, but if the ER is packed, you may go 6 or 8 miles to another one, and time is critical, and we just don't have any room anymore.
That's correct. And what made it worse is you have hospitals or emergency rooms shutting down, so now there's even less emergency room capability. And if the room is full, there is really nothing the ambulance can do except drive another 20 minutes to another hospital. And if that would have happened, your chances really of mortality have just risen.
What's your plan here? What's your plan of action to try to, I guess, move the chess pieces in the right order?
So I've authored Assembly Bill 2153. It is now on the Senate floor, and it will be heard in the Senate Policy Committee. And what the bill does is it's modeled on what New York has done and what USC Hospital has done. It's a full capacity protocol plan, which means every 4 hours, the hospital has to look at its situation, and if it's becoming overcrowded, they have to take action to alleviate it.
What type of action are we talking about? If it's already overcrowded, what are you going to do?
Right. So it's interesting, if you look at a lot of these situations, the hospital actually has room on other floors, or they have room in other places. They just don't have the staffing to put the people there. So what this would require is if they figure out that, hey, we're about to get overcrowded, they might have to call in more doctors, more nurses, and then start moving patients up to other levels. Right now they do what's called boarding, and boarding causes a huge problem because it gets all the emergency room patients stuck in the emergency room when they really no longer need emergency room care.
So in other words, you have to prioritize your patients that are coming in as well.
Yeah, prioritize, and also if they're stabilized, they don't need to be sitting there or lying there taking up a space. You can take them to another place in your hospital, or you can move them actually to another hospital where it's not emergency room beds being taken.
I've been into a lot of ERs during the crazy times, and I don't know how these doctors and nurses do it and how they keep things in order and in focus. Who's going to oversee something like this? If I'm the doctor and I am busy with 20 patients right there, how am I going to be looking every 4 hours to see, oh, we need to do this or that?
Well, we leave up the hospital to do that, but this bill is actually sponsored by the American College of Emergency Physicians. They are the emergency room doctors, and they are so fed up with the system, and they see really the problems with it, that they're sponsoring this bill because they know something needs to happen. Well, also, we're just going to have deaths that keep happening unnecessarily.
In the last few seconds we have left here, regulation. Are there regulations here, or is this just basically something, it's just a mandate, I hope you guys will do it?
Well, if this bill were to be signed by the governor, it would mandate that hospitals have to implement this plan, and every 4 hours determine how they're going to handle the emergency room overcrowding.
And who's going to be watching over that to make sure that this plan is moving forward? Is it a state agency, or?
Correct. Well, we assume hospitals follow the law. If they don't follow the law, then we have authorities that will enforce it.
At least this is the first step in taking, or at least addressing the problem.
Absolutely, and it's been done before in other places successfully.
So we know it works. Assemblyman Ted Lieu, thank you so much. I look forward to hearing what moves forward from here, and I thank you for watching Time Warner Cable's local edition of the Sacramento Report.
This is about my future.
My future.
My future.
Our nation's future.
And the future of our children.
Science,
technology,
engineering,
and math are the foundation for a stronger America.
America will once again lead the way.
We will not fall behind.
We will meet the demands of a new age.
A new age.
A new age.
A new age.
The future of our nation and our children depends on math, science, and technology. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.